Hi there! In today's video, I'm working on my OKGPT project again, in which I'm building a voice-controlled device like Google Home or Alexa, and that is connected to ChatGPT. Now, so far we have the wake-up key phrase detection ready and the command detection. And we are using the OpenAI Whisper to do this. And not the API, but locally. So let me show you how this works. So first of all, we have this init.py script that basically listens for, right now it's 2 times, actually this should be 5 times. So we listen to the wake up key phrase we want to use, and in this case I'm using OKGPT as the wake up key phrase. So this is similar to OK Google or Hey Alexa, and this can be initialized to use any key phrase. So let's initialize it. So if I run python 3 init.py, then it is going to ask me 5 times to say the key phrase. OKGPT, 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 OKGPT. And as you can see, it detected it a little bit differently every time. So most of the time it detected this as OKGBT. And then once we got this version. Now actually it would be better to run this 10 times, because there are still a few more variations it can generate. But now that we have initialized this, then what we can do is we can run our recognize.py. And what this will do is first it will listen for the wake up key phrase. And once it detects the wake up key phrase, then it will listen to a command. And that's all it does. So basically it just says when it detects the wake up key phrase, and then it says what was the command that you gave. So for example, if I run this now, if I say python 3 recognize.py, then now I can start speaking whatever I want here, and nothing is happening until I say OKGPT. And of course it doesn't work when I demo it, and this is because it actually didn't detect the OKGPT. Although now it detected that I said this, and now this what I speak is going to be the command. So now you can see that we detected this as the command. So if I try this one more time, so I say, OKGPT, turn on the lights. Then now you can see that we actually detected this command, turn on the lights, after I said OKGPT. Now currently I'm using my laptop microphone for this, not this one. So it is very echoey and not very good. So that's why it detects this very differently every time. But what I would like to do in today's video is actually connect ChatGPT to this. So then I could say something like, OKGPT, what is the capital of France? And then it should answer the question, which in this case apparently was, what is the cup of so of French? So maybe I should connect some sort of microphone to my laptop so that it will actually work better. But I don't think I have a microphone handy right now. Anyway, let's try to make this work. Now I did make some refactorings from the previous video. So first of all, I renamed my recorder module, which I believe I called before just record, but now it's recorder. And I changed the name of the function in there to live speech. And also I named this from phrases into wake up words. And I changed the way in which we removed the duplicates from this list. And in the recognize.py, I changed the isSimilar function into detect wake up function. So right now we take the command that we heard, and then we take the wake up words that we are listening to. And then we convert the command to lowercase, and then we check for all the words in the wake up words. If the wake up word is in the command we gave, then we are going to return true. And we also convert to lowercase the wake up keywords. And if we don't find it, we return false. And also I call the settings file now wakeupwords.json, not phrases.json. And that's basically it. That's all the changes I made. And in the actual recorder, which actually handles the listening to the audio and then transcribing it, I did a couple of refactorings here. Nothing very interesting. I renamed my I variable into frames recorded. And I'm not sure if I did much of anything else here. So basically what this live speech function does is it starts to listen to the microphone, and then it detects when the RMS, so the volume, goes over 300, then it starts recording, and then if the volume goes under 300, and we have already recorded the wait time, a number of frames. Now wait time might not be the best name for this variable because it just counts the frames. Anyway, if we have recorded something, then we save the audio and then we transcribe the audio with Whisper. And then we yield the text that we transcribed. So that means we can use this as a generator here. So we can just say for phrase in live speech. And then we just get new phrases here for every iteration of this loop. And in this case, we want just one phrase, so we just break from this loop when we get the first phrase. And then this one is repeated 5 times, so then we get 5 different phrases, or the same phrase 5 times, but perhaps transcribed differently. Now I'll actually initialize this again with 10 iterations, just to get all the different versions, so it will recognize my voice better, because the microphone is so bad. Okay, so now I should have a couple more phrases it can detect. I think here I started to say the next key phrase too early, so something weird happened here. But whatever, it should work now. So how do we integrate ChatGPT into this? Well, of course we are going to have to import OpenAI. And then what we want to do is when we hear the command, we want to send that command to ChatGPT. So let's do response equals OpenAI chat.completions.create. And actually, we are supposed to not use this OpenAI library directly anymore. So we should actually do this. We should say ChatGPT equals OpenAI.OpenAI. Or we can say from OpenAI import OpenAI. And then we can just do this. And then we can call ChatGPT.chat.completions.create. And we are going to say that the model is going to be GPT 3.5 Turbo, and the messages is going to be a list. And let's pass at first just this message. So let's make a dictionary here with the role, user, and the key, the content. And this will be actually the message that we get from the transcription. And of course, we have to add a system message so that ChatGPT knows what we are doing here. So let's set a role, system, and a content. You are a voice assistant or voice controlled assistant. Answer the user's prompts as best you can. I'm not sure if we have to say that part, but let's just do that at first. So then we should get the response, and the response text should be response.choices 0 message content. So we can say that the response text is going to be that. And then let's just print response text. And let's make this an F string, and let's say ChatGPT says that. And we don't have to print our command here. And it would be nice to make some sort of sound when we detect the wake up key phrase. But let's do this at first. And I'm going to then do export OpenAI API key equals something. I will get an OpenAI API key, and I'm going to put this here. So now I should be able to use this thing. So let's look over the code again. So we initialize ChatGPT, and then we send a completion with a system message and a user message, and then we get the response, and then we print it. And this, of course, has to be in curly braces. So let's see if that works. So let's run Python 3 recognize.py. Now we get all of these error messages or some debugging here. For some reason, we have to get rid of this somehow. But anyway, if I now say, OK GPT, what is the capital city of France? We get the response back, which is the capital city of France is Paris. So now it works. OK GPT, what is the distance from the Earth to the Moon? The average distance from Earth to Moon is about 238.855 miles. Okay, now ChatGPT, or OpenAI, recently released their text-to-speech model as well. So let's actually try to use that one. So how does this work? It works something like this. We have to say ChatGPT, which I guess I shouldn't call it ChatGPT because this is actually the OpenAI model, but whatever. I will call it ChatGPT for now. And here we should have audio.speech.create. And we are going to give it the input and the model. So the input is going to be actually the response text. And the model is going to be, it was something like TTS. Do they actually have like auto-completion for this? TTS, text-to-speech, HD. No, text-to-speech 1. I don't remember, so let's actually check it out in the documentation. So in the API reference, we have audio and create speech. And it is in fact TTS1. So let's do that. TTS1. And do we need something else? The voice. So let's just use echo for now. So let's say voice equals echo. And is there something else? Response format. All right. I think we don't have to give it. It will be MP3 by default. Oh, there's actually a speed here as well. Okay, so let's do that. And what is this? This is the voice. And what does this return? HTTPX binary response content. So I am going to check from my previous project, which is in /GPT November 2023 /text to speech /test.py. So here I am actually testing it out. All right. So we do exactly this, and then we have to import play sound and OS. And then we can stream the audio to a file, and then we can play the file, and then we can remove the file. I'm not sure if there's an easier way, but let's try to do this. So basically, I will call this voice, and I'm going to import play sound, and that should then work. So let's try to see if we can actually talk to ChatGPT now. So let me make sure that I have some volume here. So let's start this over. Recognize.py. And then I can say, okay, GPT, what is the capital city of France?
The capital city of France is Paris.
Okay, GPT, what is 300 times 5?
300 times 5 equals 1500.
All right, so now it is working. Okay, GPT, can you tell me a nice short poem?
Certainly. Here's a short poem for you. In a world of chaos, find your calm, like a gentle breeze or a soothing palm. Embrace the beauty that surrounds, where peace and serenity knows no bounds. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you'd like to hear more poems or if there's anything else I can assist you with.
All right, so now it is actually working. Now, I think we should add some sort of sound effects when it detects the wake-up key phrase and then when it has finished detecting the command. What if we actually just create some voices? So what if it says like, yes, or something when you say, okay, GPT. And then when it starts to generate the answer, it should say something like, just a moment. So we can actually do that with this speech. And actually, I will change to alloy. I don't really like the echo sound. And we can actually do this in a different file. So let's do code voices.py. And here let's import OpenAI. And then we can do this. And I will call this model. And this is going to be yes. Let's see what this sounds like. And we're going to save it into yes.mp3. Let's actually do sounds/yes.mp3. And let's make directory sounds. And let's create another one, which is going to be just a moment. And let's call this just a moment. Or maybe it could be called detected. And then this could be called processing. So then you can put whatever sounds you want in these files. and it makes more sense. So let's create those. So let's do Python 3 voices.py. So now we should have 2 voices here, and let's see if we can play them. Let's play a sound when we detect the key phrase, and this is going to be sounds/detected.mp3. And let's do from path lib import path, and let's make this path file.parent/sounds/detected. And can I do something like this so that this will work on all devices? Not sure. I know I can do the first part, but can I then continue it like this? Let's see. And then I'm going to play another sound when we actually start processing the message. So let's say processing. Let's see if this works. Let's run again recognize.py. Okay, GPT.
Yes.
Okay, it works.
Just a moment. Great, I'm here to help. What can I assist you with today?
All right, so that now actually works. And it answered me when I said it works. Okay, GPT.
Yes.
What is the Pocket Sphinx Python library?
Just a moment. The Pocket Sphinx Python library is a wrapper for the Pocket Sphinx speech recognition engine. Pocket Sphinx is a lightweight open source speech recognition system developed by Carnegie Mellon University that can be used for both offline and real-time speech recognition applications.
All right, that is enough. I can't actually stop this for some reason.
Text.
All right, so maybe we should actually instruct it somehow to give a very short answer, because I think this is too long of an answer. Maybe we could actually tell it to only answer with 1 or 2 sentences and then ask the user if they want to hear more. So let's change our system message. Answer only with 2 sentences at maximum. If the question requires a longer answer, ask the user first if they would like to know more. Now, at the moment, we can't just ask the user to provide another speech input. So we should create some sort of function that ChatGPT can call, so that then we will directly ask for another command. So now we have to just say, okay, GPT again to give our answer. And then let's add here, after confirmation, you can provide a full answer. Now, maybe it would be nice if we could actually play the sound in like a different thread, and then we could start listening to the commands again, and then we could actually stop it somehow. And I actually want the speed to be more, so how do I set the speed? It is a float, 0.25 to 4, and 1 is default. So let's do 1.5. And let's try this again. Okay, GPT.
Yes.
What is the capital city of France?
Just a moment. The capital city of France is Paris.
Okay, that sounded horrible. Now, wait a minute, did I use alloy here? Yes. Why was it a different loudness? That's kind of annoying. So I will let it just be 1, whatever. I'm not sure if the speed affects the loudness, but let's try it again. Okay, GPT.
Yes.
What is the capital city of France?
Just a moment. The capital city of France is Paris.
Okay, GPT.
Yes.
What is the, I don't know what I was going to ask. I was going to say, what is the Pocket Sphinx library for Python?
Just a moment. The Pocket Sphinx library is a Python wrapper for the Pocket Sphinx speech recognition engine, which allows you to perform speech recognition in your Python programs. It can be used for tasks such as voice-controlled applications or speech-to-text conversions. Is there anything else you'd like to know?
All right. Now, those sentences were very long. Maybe I should only say 1 sentence, or maybe count the words in this sentence. So let's say that answer in 20 words or less. 20 words or less. If the question requires a longer answer, ask the user first if they would like to know more. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, GPT.
Yes.
What is the Pocket Sphinx Python library?
Just a moment. I'm sorry, but I don't understand what you mean by the Pocket Sphinx by the library. Could you please provide more context or clarify your question?
Okay, GPT.
Yes.
You misheard me. I said Pocket Sphinx.
Just a moment. Apologies for the misunderstanding. How can I assist you with Pocket Sphinx, the speech recognition system?
Oh, and I forgot, we don't have the context now, so I have to say, okay, GPT.
Yes.
What is the Pocket Sphinx Python library?
Just a moment. Pocket Sphinx Python library is a Python library that provides access to the Pocket API for saving and retrieving articles.
What? So it misheard what I said, and then I think it hallucinated this answer. Or is there a Pocket Sphinx Python library? Okay, let's actually add some context to this chat. So instead of passing this directly here, we are going to say that this is going to be messages. And let's define that here. Messages equals just the system message to begin with. And then when we get the command, we are going to say messages.append, and we are going to append this user message and then send those messages to ChatGPT. And then when we get the response, then we are going to add the assistant message to the messages. So we have that context as well. So let's try it out. Okay, GPT.
Yes.
What is the capital city of France?
Just a moment. The capital city of France is Paris.
Okay, GPT.
Yes.
How about Germany?
Just a moment. The capital city of Germany is Berlin.
All right, so now we actually have the context of the previous messages. Now I guess we should reset the context maybe with like a timer or something, because this is going to be running all the time in the device. So at some point we have to forget what was the previous thing. But let's try again. Okay, GPT.
Yes.
What is the Pocket Sphinx Python library?
Just a moment. I'm sorry, but I couldn't find any information on a Python library called Pocket Sphinx. Could you please provide more details?
Okay, GPT.
Yes.
You misheard me. I said Pocket Sphinx.
Just a moment. I apologize for the misunderstanding. Sphinx is a documentation generation tool for Python projects. It helps create structured and easy-to-navigate documentation for code.
All right, so it again misheard me. Okay, GPT.
Yes.
I said Pocket Sphinx.
Just a moment. I apologize for any confusion, but I'm not familiar with a library called Pocket Sphinx. It may not be a well-known or widely used library.
Okay, so I have some trouble with this speech recognition. And I think the problem is my microphone on my laptop. So I have to make sure that I get a good microphone for the actual device. But anyway, the context is working. Okay, GPT.
Yes.
Can you not really get what library I'm talking about when I say those things? Because you are clearly misunderstanding what I'm saying. What could be the Python library that I'm talking about?
Just a moment. I apologize for any confusion. Without more specific information, it is difficult to determine the exact Python library you are referring to. Could you please provide more details or context about the library?
Okay, GPT.
Yes.
It is a speech detection library that is really bad.
Just a moment. Apologies for the mix-up. Based on the information provided, the Python library you may be referring to is Pocket Sphinx. It is a library for speech recognition and is known to have some limitations.
Okay. It is known to have some limitations. Great. It is working. The next thing to do would be to add some sort of functions for ChatGPT that it can run some tasks on maybe the computer, but actually, ultimately, I want to run it in the Raspberry Pi. And I would actually like to do some home automation with it. So maybe like turn on the lights or something like this. But the first thing we have to do is we have to actually test this in a Raspberry Pi. So I am going to have to purchase one because I don't have one at the moment. But this is going to be the end of today's video, because finally I created a video in less than an hour in which I actually accomplished something. So I might do another video on the function calling, and then another video where I install this in the Raspberry Pi. Let me know in the comments what would you like to see next in this series. And if you would like to help me out with that Raspberry Pi, then you can leave me a super comment or click the link in the description for my Buy Me a Coffee page and buy me a Raspberry Pi. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.